shining a beacon on the bazaar. Well, I tell you what, it's a bit quiet down the Cove these days. No Benny, he's away on his little Thai holiday still. I've not heard anything from him. Tell you what, why don't I, while I'm on the Cove here, why don't I give him a little ring so you guys can all find out what Benny's up to? That'd be a nice little update, won't it? So I'll just get my phone out. Here we go. Right, okay, it's ringing.
Hello?
Hey, Barky!
Skipper! How you doing? Friendly voice, that's nice.
Yeah, that's it. I just wondered how your holiday's doing. I thought, are you still by pool? Are you in a little Thai village?
Not really, I've seen better days really. I'm in the water, shall we say. I'm in the water.
Oh, a bit swimming around, you know.
No, a bit enclosed really, a bit cagey.
Bit cagey?
Bit cagey, up to the neck arcing. My feet are nearly fucking rotting, mate. They're all white and all. I've been in
Why
water
don't you just get out on some lounger or something?
I don't think he'll let me at the moment. Sonny ain't gonna let me out of here, mate. He's barely talking to me.
Who's Sonny?
He's Gaffer, he's like the guard, you know what I mean?
Guard?
2 minutes. Sonny, put Steve, I say, goes next, okay? 20 baht, okay? Put it on for me. Thank you, Sonny.
You know, he's done a bit of gambling there, right?
A little bit. Keep me entertained. It's bloody boring in this pit, mate.
Wait, you keep saying pit?
Well, it's like a wooden bamboo cage in the water. I'm up to my neck.
Yeah.
A couple of other chaps, they're looking proper rotten. They haven't spoken to me in days.
Well, is this like a health retreat or something?
Not really, no. I kind of got caught.
Caught?
Steve's up there playing. Yeah, 20 baht on Steve going. Okay, yeah. Cheers, Sonny. Oh! Told you, Sonny. 40 baht, my friend.
What was that noise?
Oh, that's Steve going. Yeah, he's gone now.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
More room in the cage for me, Arky. Stretchy leg time. You're a dickhead, anyway.
Right. Well, that's Americans for you,
Exactly, honestly. Proper bellend.
So, let's have a little recap. So, you're in a pit, in the water, in a bamboo cage, and that gunshot was Steve going.
Yeah, you know, old Rolly, what's it called?
Russian roulette.
That's the one, yes.
Oh, fucking hell, Arkid. How have you managed this?
Sonny, I'm on phone, I can't play now, mate. Put 2 in if you want, I don't give a fuck.
Fucking hell. Wait a second. So, where have you had phone?
Oh, in the old bum bank arcade. Nokia classic. Bloody battery life. You forget what the battery life. 2 weeks it's been up there.
Fucking silly, you've had a phone up your ass for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, what vibrate mode like?
Brilliant.
It's the only thing that's been keeping
exactly,
you going.
I've been waiting for you to ring up.
Yeah. I think I might let you ring a bit longer. Right, well, there's only one thing for it. I'm going to have to get you out of there, right?
If you won't mind, honestly, we're a bit of a condition here, Arkid.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll crack out the old Kraken Cove sub, mini sub.
Yeah, get me all.
And I'll head off over to Thailand then.
Please.
Right, okay. You hang up now anyway. Don't let that battery go in.
Steve, sorry, I'm coming, mate. 2 minutes.
Right, okay, well,
see ya, kid.
See ya.
See you, bye.
Right, I better get the old mini sub going in. Here we go.
Well, I've got 150 baht. Keep winning. Got the last one left now. I don't like this. Are we still playing, Sonny? Alright, gives 10. Oh, shit! Look, what's over there, Sonny?
Oh, Marky, quick, get out of here. I'll get me junior hacksaw out and get the wall.
Yeah, 2 minutes. You can't hear us, Sonny. It's alright here, pal. We're alright.
Right, get into the sub, right. Oh, fucking hell, we're opening up. Get in. Right, and we're off. Back to the Cove.
Oh, shit, that was dicey, Arky. He had Kalashnikov, did you see? He didn't have that before. It's a revolver. Fucking horror. Woo! Oh, you got any dry clothes?
Well, I'll tell you something, Akin. It's lovely to have you back at the
Oh,
Cove.
mate, it's so nice. Dry feet is a blessing, my friend.
Look at the
Wowzers.
state of them, they're like dead fish.
Yeah, I've seen better days, Skip, but back home, get me health back.
So how was your holiday then, old Tom? Apart from the point where you were actually sort of caught, held in a pit and made to play Russian roulette.
Well, that were alright. It was the rest of it, Arcade.
Well, I must admit, I was quite tempted to edit into this particular episode some of the messages you sent me.
Oh, mate. Oh, I just power drank my way through it. It was really, really kind of grim.
Did you manage to find Columbo's boat?
No, she gave me the wrong island. Basically, the island that we did set...
Wrong island!
So basically, I spent 11 days like a Colombian drug dealer in this fucking village waiting for my wife to finish her bloody massage courses in Bangkok.
You know what that sounds like, though, don't you?
Well,
What? You're waiting for your wife to finish her massage courses in Bangkok.
yeah, it's just she was learning, I think, anyway. I don't know really know what she was doing, but we were
Come on with stacks of money.
Superstar. Yeah, no, she fucking could have done. But, yeah, I waited there for 11 days with a big promise of going to this island called Cove, and I thought it was near the Colombo one, and it's not at all. It's near Pattaya is the Colombo boat, and we were Cove. On the when I got there, it was literally... We looked at the resort reviews the night before, me and little lass.
The night before.
Yeah, well, she booked it. I had no power in this. I didn't really want to look because I heard there were bad reviews, you know what I mean? And we were that bored the day before. We were like, let's have a little look. And it was like, you know, before COVID, it was like a good 5-star hotel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had like private pools in front of your villa and all this sort of stuff. Then we were like, oh God, we looked at the reviews, it's like, do not go, you know, it's rotten since COVID.
It's
just
rotten.
It is, it's just everything's broken, nothing works, food's terrible, the pool turns brown. It's
me.
slightly clean in front of the hotel, but it's absolutely epic. Plastics and shit all over beaches. We were like, oh no. So I thought, oh shit. And we're going there in this minibus, another 9-hour journey in the fucking another crazy ass minibuses.
9 hours on a minibus.
Yeah, I mean, you go through plane journeys. Nope to me now. I don't mind any plane journey where you can stand, go to the toilet, get meals and beers and stuff, and watch movies. Try it in a minibus, man. Packed up minibus.
Was there any animals in the minibus?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Wife were in mine at some bits. Some bits you were in another minibus, you know what I mean?
How's that work?
I don't know. There were lots. There were like 15 of us went to this island, family members.
Oh, no.
Baby in tow, no seat belts. It's just they're driving 100 miles an hour. It breaks down at one bit. We have to get that fixed. Oh, it were off. Anyway, ferry, island. Then she tells me, I said, where the fuck are we? You know what I mean? This isn't where I thought it was. Oh, no, we're on the Cambodian border.
What?
I'm like, all right, yeah. It's funny, actually, this year there's like real mass trouble in between Thailand and Cambodia about who owns this island. You know, Cambodia wants it back. I'm like, well, you can bring me into some fucking war-torn dispute with Cambodia and Thailand.
Oh, no.
But the resort was pretty, it was plush but broken. It was really kind of, I quite liked it. You
I
know
just
what I mean?
imagine, like, have you ever seen the Life Aquatic with Steve?
Yeah,
Zissou?
it was that.
Is it like Ping Island?
It was like Ping Island. Jesus Christ, I forgot about that. Absolutely, bust up.
You've been on Ping Island for your holidays.
It was literally everything. The pool were normal coloured, and I did swim in it eventually. But strict rules for kids: do not get water in your eyes or mouth, or you're gonna fucking die. I mean, we swam about that. Went to the beach, big signs everywhere: jellyfish season. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit, you know. So every time we got in water, I'm just like some fucking action man, eagle eye.
You got
like,
in the water anyway.
Well, you
On
have to.
jellyfish season.
Then we got outright scared and that went for a walk. Found that dead conger eel or whatever it was.
Yeah, that looked evil.
And then we were looking at the plastics because it must have washed up into the jungle, you know, and it's just deep, you know, up to your waist plastics. You
What?
know? I mean, I've never seen. It's like a recyclist's dream. I'm surprised someone don't come down and farm it. You know what I mean? Literally walking back from St. Conger Eel, syringe on the beach. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh shit! Watch where you're stepping, bare feet, and that was like, oh no. But that was like a highlight.
That was when it was good.
Yeah, we thought wife started divorce procedures with me. I don't know where that's going. I think it's still she's paying money.
You know, it's exciting, isn't it?
Exactly. So the pit were all right, you know what I mean? Bit of me time.
Yeah, well, that's you need to kick back. There's a little bit of gambling, bit of sport.
And a bit of money.
I think you find this as you get older, don't you? Just any time you can have to yourself,
yes,
wizard, isn't it?
Oh, mate, it's nice.
And even if it is sort of sunk in a swamp, in a bamboo cage, it don't matter. You just think,
honestly, Sonny were a good cook as well. Some of the best food I had. The rest of the food was shite. In Thailand, and it was crap food. It was awful.
What was the sort of standard fare? What's everyone eating?
They used to like really nice food, and they were addicted to papaya salad. Everybody in that family had papaya, and I love it. Chicken, pork, anything, sticky rice with it, and I could eat it every day.
Yeah.
Didn't eat it once.
What was everyone eating?
This black bamboo soup thing.
Soup in a really hot country?
Yeah, dark, nasty, lumpy
bamboo soup.
Yes,
that sounds fucking dreadful.
Oh, it's awful, mate. It tastes so strong and nasty, and they're all just supping that all the time. And it was just, if you're lucky to get an omelette, a rice, an egg. I got an egg with a runny yolk one day, and I was just like, oh Jesus Christ! It was like,
oh no,
fighting over bits of chicken. And plus, I'm feeding kids. You know, just thinking, well, there's not enough really for me just to eat.
I'm going to say because you haven't come back fat.
I really have it. I know. I'm really fucking. This is the slimmest I've been in years. So I'm giving the best food to kids and just trying to get through the bamboo soup and shit. I was just alone with a baby, and I'm grumpy.
Well, it's not even that you're technically your baby.
It's nothing to do with me, that baby.
Genetically, nothing to do with you, this baby, is it?
Nothing.
You were there with a little Thai baby.
Yeah.
Half Thai baby.
Half Thai baby with a really grumpy fucking stepdaughter. Oh, it were awful. It was fucking awful,
but
man.
you are back at Cove.
Safe, mate, safe. Tell you one thing, she's never going to listen, but sister number 2, she's a fucking legend, man. She got me through this shit, you know what I mean? She was there. She was driving me pissed up to the village and stuff, and drinking more in the fucking village, and driving me back when we got baby. No seatbelt.
I think you married the wrong sister.
I know, she didn't crash once.
She got a partner?
Yeah, he's really nice, Marcus. Yeah, he lives in Switzerland. His compound I was living in, you know what I mean? He were really nice though, but outside it.
I've been on holiday to a compound.
I felt so Mexican. I just had cigars and everybody's looking at me like in my compound, and it was just pure poverty outside, man. I've never seen such poverty. It's got worse as that village outside. It's really bad. No. Orange dust everywhere. You're just covered in orange dust.
It's like fucking Dune.
Honestly.
Spice Malone.
I had to get this special scrub, that Swarfiga scrub, you know what I mean? Just to get my feet clean for a few minutes before I walked out of the bathroom and I turned orange again.
It's like you're walking through Cheetos.
But luckily, sister, she's an absolute legend. We're just drinking literally till 4 o'clock in the morning every day. You know what I mean?
Me, that sounds like
snooze, it was bad. And then Bangkok, it all kicked off again. But oh mate,
well, like you say, you're home now.
Yes,
you're home now because there's nothing cosier than Kraken Cove, the podcast that shines a beacon on the bizarre. And I'm Matt.
And I'm a back Benny. How are you, Skip? What have you been up to?
Oh, fucking hell, I've had a bit of a nightmare.
Life's pretty shit, isn't it? Well, go get out of it now and give it a right.
Well, I spent a week sleeping in a van in Whitby.
In your van?
Yeah, it was really good.
Were it?
Yeah, it was nice.
I like pits and you like vans. This is saying something.
It's saying something, isn't it? Yeah. So I had to go sell it out in Whitby for a week. And everyone imagined it was going to be really, really, great.
Yeah.
But it were tough. It was tough.
Do you see seedy corners of Whitby?
You saw
beautiful.
seedy corners a bit. Yeah. But the big best news, I got a new jumper.
Oh, a jumper, not a jumper fan.
That was the peak of the joy. Was that?
You've got to describe your jumper then.
Well, it's insanely expensive.
Like everything you buy.
Yeah. Well, it was. I think it's called Amundsen. Is this jumper brand? and it's made by the family who, like a Ranulph I can't remember Amundsen, who went to the Antarctic. They had a big race to the Antarctic.
Oh, they'd have big jumpers.
Yeah, they had big jumpers, and it was the family of the guy who won, who got there first. And they now make these incredible sportswear and sort of like, explorer wear.
Even though they don't do it, they just go on shirt strings at Grandad.
Wizard, this jumping.
Colour?
Yeah, it's like a nice little oatmeal jumper. Yeah.
Oatmeal.
Yeah. It's like that kind of colour, but it's very warm.
Is it fisherman-y style?
Yeah, a bit fisherman-y style. Yeah, and it should
loose neck or tight neck.
It's not tight, but it's got like a nice thick roll to it, so it's not on your neck.
Yeah,
it just keeps your neck warm.
I hate fucking jumpers.
I always used to, but I've got a jumper scene.
I put a jumper on.
I'm like that. Yeah. I'm like that. It's like somebody trying to sex choke you.
It's too enclosed. I get right claustrophobic straight
Well,
away.
I used to be like that, but I'm very grateful for the jumper.
So I don't like putting them on or anything.
So that's been the bonus for me.
That's nice.
And the other thing I've had is... He's quite a sweet kid who comes down to some of the markets sometimes in Leeds.
Yeah.
He's obviously got some sort of issues. I don't know what it is. He hasn't got a very strong grip on reality, but he insists on sort of talking to me for 25 minutes a time when I'm ever there. So he hogs the stall, make sure I can't sell it.
Yeah.
And this time he was trying to tell me that he's got the ambition to go to Japan to talk to, quote, the mayor of Japan.
The mayor?
Yeah, because he's really worried that they're putting up... The Japanese are actually putting up sort of like barriers so you can't see Mount Fuji from certain spots. Because I think what's happening is like tourists are getting around everywhere. They're kind of looking across people's lands and across people's own private property for these wonderful views of Mount Fuji, and the people who live there are really pissed off with it. So they're putting up these barriers so nobody can see.
Is that real?
That's real. That's a real
thing. They can't do that. It's fucking massive. How big are barriers? This is like the most stupidest thing. How big would a barrier be to block out Mount Fuji?
Yeah, this is the thing that's been insane. But this kid's really worried about it.
Yeah, is it?
Really fucking worried that he won't be able to see Mount Fuji if he ever goes to Japan. Not that he's going to Japan, because he hasn't got any money.
This doesn't seem real to me.
Yeah, and so he wants to talk to the mayor of Japan. To sort of try and broker a peace between the locals and the tourists. So
it's a bit of a full-time job, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's a big leap. You know? And what he wants to do is broker this piece so that he's going to talk to, quote, the tourists. To tell them to all behave.
Yeah.
Then he's going to promise to the locals that the tourists are going to behave. And then they're all just going to stand there and look at Mount Fuji.
Well, which one's weirder to you? The barriers or him doing the peace deal, you know what I mean? Because the barriers I'm not getting it out.
Well, imagine if you're at a distance, right? Imagine you're on a road, right? And there's loads of houses. And between the roads, you can look between these houses, lovely houses, old Japanese houses, look between them. And in the distance, you can see Mount Fuji.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, renowned views. You know, they all appeared in like Hokusai's views of Mount Fuji. These are the views that people try to look at. But you might have like 200 people on a roadside staring between these two houses, carrying on a bit. So
I can see that if you're
so imagine like between houses. So imagine people stood at your street, sort of looking at sort of like over sort of my end of valley. That's where Mount Fuji is.
Can't you not see the Mount Fuji yourself? Then he's a bit bored with it anyway because you see it every day.
I think they're in back garden having a look. The tight cunt.
Right, enjoying it. So good.
I don't think they said it quite like that. That is stated.
That was my German accent. I would have been whatever the fuck.
And so they've been putting up these, like a mesh barrier with like a cloth covering.
On Mount Fuji. I'd paint him at night.
People still taking photos. But what people are doing is they're poking holes in barriers.
Oh my God.
And taking a little photo through that of these amazing views. So there's conflict going on in fact Mount Fuji.
And he's well involved in this kid from
Well,
Leeds.
he thinks he is.
Yeah?
Yeah, he thinks he is. He thinks he's involved.
Wow.
And obviously he's not in any way, shape or form. But this is one of the things that's really troubling him.
Yeah.
But what this lad does... He, on a Saturday and a Sunday, he takes a tour around Leeds and finds shopkeepers to bother.
Oh.
So he just walks around and sort of completely sucks their spirit by talking to them for 25 minutes or half an hour. and he's just got this blank face. Like I said, he's got a few little issues as a kid. I don't know what's up with him, but he's like, as soon as a blank face, he will just talk to you about sort of like things that are bothering him.
You want me to knack him or what?
You know, he doesn't need it. He's only little, and you know what I mean. But I always see it as like my penance.
Yeah. Oh no!
I see it as my penance. I'm taking him up for the team. Even people said to me, they said, "Oh, cheers, man, thanks. You really take him up for the team." There.
Oh, just give him away, just tie him out.
But he drains you. He's an emotional vampire. So
I hate vampires.
Yes, he's drained me a bit. So I'm a little bit drained.
Yeah,
You've been a little bit drained.
Yeah.
I've got my new jumper
That's
though.
good.
I'm a little bit drained. You've got your new jumper.
Yeah.
I've got my new jumper.
Yeah.
Now, let's get this right. Yeah. I've got the jumper.
Yes.
You've got out of the pit.
Yeah.
And now what we need to do, I think, is cheer ourselves up with a little bit of casting.
That'd be nice.
Now, let's get casting.
Oh, aye. I have got like the rest of it, but I have got like a phone. Honestly, I'll need to keep this thing because it's just so fucking ridiculous. So I did a bit of recording, and most of it I forgot to put the the wind thing on it, that furry thing, so it just sounds terrible. But I might make use of it another day. You know what I mean? But I've got a phone call with the psychic, a gypsy fortune reader.
Yeah.
Which is pretty shit. You know what I mean? It's pretty long, but it's pretty shit. Oh, it's just what they always say, innit? The bullshit, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've got a selection of the ghost stories that I've got from Sister Number 2, which is pretty good, actually.
So this is one you were drinking loads of whiskey with? And
yes.
So,
yeah. So I'm not talking to her, but I'm just recounting the tales that she's told me.
Right.
So I've got fucking nothing else spooky. And just to go back to Thailand and just see everybody on the phone, I don't think ghosts like Wi-Fi, or ghosts don't like it. It's gone. They used to have football shirts hung up outside every single house.
You mentioned that, yeah?
Gone. Everything, no one's talking about it, no one's talking. It's just gone. It just seems like everybody's on the phone and they've forgotten their old culture, you know what I mean? They're all watching
I think it's
porn.
happened all over the place. You know, I said this about Rome. You know, Rome was like that. I went out, first time I went to Rome, it was just an amazing place. Obviously, a lot of sexual harassment for women was going on.
Yeah.
But there was something about it. There was a quaintness
to it. A traditional touchiness to it.
Yeah, just basically loads of blokes wandering around, looking at women, touching their own groins.
Do they touch their own groins?
Yeah, there's a bit of groin grabby going on.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're a bit sort of like, you know, but a bit like that. But there's just something a bit sort of, I don't know, very open about it, the way they go about it. And the women sort of are so used to it, they just sort of saunter and swagger. There's a bit of a, like, the kind of,
love it.
Yeah. I didn't want to be able to say it, actually.
And I will be.
Yeah, they love it. And it stopped.
Wow.
The women are looking at the phones all the time. The men are looking at the phones all the time. Everyone's just looking at phones, and nobody's getting up to what they used to do.
No groin grabbing, no touching, no swagger.
No staring, no whistling. Oh, it's all gone.
So
that's it,
honestly,
just killing Bob. Yeah,
it's killing it. We're in.
I mean, luckily for us, you see, in the UK, we don't have any culture.
Yeah, that's it.
So now people are just doing sort of like mobile gambling on phones and getting on with They've always done that shit anyway.
Because I thought when I were away, I thought, oh my god, I've turned racist. I'm fucking racist.
Have you?
I hated everybody in the world.
News.
You know what I mean? I just thought, oh god, I hate the whole world. I don't like anybody. Then I got back and I thought, actually, I hate the English even more than the rest of the world. I just hate fucking everybody.
That's why you need life on the lighthouse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm never going out again.
Yeah. Well, tell you what you do. You said to me you got an eagle story.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. When we're in this state together, you know what I mean? You think about it, an eagle will last about 60, 70 years.
Oh, right,
They grow to be that old. But around 40, all the claws are dull, the beak's dull, the feathers aren't as fluffy, and you know what I mean?
40.
So basically, they're flying around trying to keep their territorial patch and that. The new birds are coming in, they're feeling weak, they're getting overtook. They've got two choices: try to fight off the young ones, or go to the mountain, fly as high as they can up to the top of that mountain.
Yeah.
They get up there, and they'll get it with the beak and they'll pull every feather out of its body.
No, really?
Yeah. Then it'll pull all its claws out of its little paws.
Yeah. Claws out of its paws.
Yeah. Then it'll get its beak and it'll smash it against the side of the cliff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it'll stay up there all featherless, clawless and beakless, and it'll grow back.
Really?
It'll grow back strong, and the feathers will be plush, and the claws will grow through their paws once they'll be sharp talons.
Yeah.
And the beak will be pointy and perfect.
Really?
And then it'll be an eagle again. It'll swoop back down from that mountain in its 40s, ready to tackle the rest of his life strong.
And is it still going to... Fucking... will do. That were awful.
He gets everybody. It's fucking brilliant.
All right.
No, it's a soothing voice. I get soothier and soothier every time I tell it.
Fuck me.
I'm an idiot. I can't help it. Sorry.
Jesus, wet man. I've got a pain.
Are you alright? Oh shit! Someone get off! Ring the police!
I'm alright. Fuck's sake. I think we're going to roll into a fucking story.
Yeah, roll into a story.
I'm not even going to fucking pause it. I'm going to find somewhere.
Yeah.
Alright. Fucking hell, fireman. Don't do that ever again, you rotten bastard. Fuck's sake. Right, let's have a little look. This is great. This is like live casting almost, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me fucking get me gigs on. So you didn't have a fright out there in fucking Cove world. Jesus Christ. Look at us fucking rattling on 25 minutes in. We've done fuck all.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So let's rattle on a bit more, right? This is a big story while you've been away. I think you know about it already. But DNA confirms there is big cats roaming the British countryside.
I saw a flash of it when I was over there, but I didn't have enough Wi-Fi to get into it.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So, well, to be fair, it's almost like a headline, is it?
Yeah.
It's a case. What's happened is the DNA of a big cat in the Panthera genus. So one of the panthers.
Wow,
right,
a panther.
A panther.
That's exotic, isn't it? I like it. It's a
good,
panther.
yeah. Has been identified from a swab taken from a dead sheep in the Lake District.
Wow.
Now, to recap to people, you know what I mean, when we're talking about panthers, right?
I tell you what, that's the cat that I know the least about. I know jaguars, I know, you know what I mean, all the cats, but a panther, I don't even know where they come from.
A jaguar is a panther.
Ah.
Of the 5 species in the Panthera genus, they are leopard, lion, tiger, jaguar, and snow leopard.
The lion's a panther?
Yeah, of the Panthera genus.
Is that the one from fucking Thundercats?
Fucking hell. I don't know. But I don't know, what was it? Cheetah? What was she called?
Yeah, she was bird and they were lion up.
She was the bird.
But Lionel had that mate, didn't he? That blue mate. He were a panther.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he was meant to be the black guy, wasn't he?
He was?
Red in blue.
Yeah. You're right, yeah. Oh,
Which was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, the whole fucking world is. I'm fucking sick of it.
Yeah, but it's like, but yeah, she was fit though, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She did it for me.
It's odd, isn't it, when you're out fancy. You ever watch Dogtanian?
Yeah, kind of.
You remember that French spy cat?
Vaguely, yeah.
Oh
go
man,
on.
I had fucking hots for her.
Did
You know
you?
what you think? It's a cat. He's a fucking French spy cat, but
Yeah, but there's something foxy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm well, no, not that much older, but you see, mine were always the Caramac bunny.
yes, he were
Yeah.
a dirty bitch.
Yeah, so that was my fictional crush. You know, it's weird, isn't it? So easily triggered.
yeah, it's
Just,
very
you just
odd.
get fit. But then again, that was sort of pre-internet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what we were enjoying before looking at our phones and
Exactly.
everything.
Catalogues with shower catalogues and stuff like that. In Argos. Ooh.
They were a bit foxy.
The
wasn't
what? That
they? You
one.
can see a bit of arse.
Yeah,
and everything,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Steamy, our kids. Steamy.
Yeah. Yeah. I always wondered about the life of a sort of like a catalogue model. You know, it's like, it's a job. How do you get that job? What wouldn't you do is get in nuddy, get in this shower. Oh, right, what we're going to be doing now. I'm just going to take a few photos for a catalogue.
You know, that ended.
Yeah.
Gonna earn a little bit extra.
Yeah. Do you remember Mr. Henson, who used to be
Yes.
a woodwork teacher?
Massive hands.
Massive hands,
Yeah.
Did you know what his little side hustle was?
No. Fixing cars up, or no?
He was a model.
Not a hand model.
Even better.
What?
He was a catalogue underpant model.
He was.
He was.
Oh, he kind of looked like one,
He's
didn't
got
he?
it, yeah. He
Yeah.
had it. Big hands, Mr. Henson.
Yeah.
And he had- yeah,
shit.
well, somebody
Oh,
brought-
big hands.
Big hands.
Big gloves.
Big package. Yeah. Big underpants.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he used to do.
Oh, good impression. I can't believe you remember what he sounded
Oh,
like.
yeah,
That was like
this
go back
is-
in classroom.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, he was a bit spicy, he was.
teacher that's an underpant model.
Teacher that's an underpant
won't-
model.
it won't
That's
go
for
now,
trouble,
will
don't
it?
they?
Yeah,
Teachers,
yeah.
that's for trouble.
Yeah,
Get themselves in
absolutely.
all kinds of pickles, don't they?
Ugh.
Anyway, back to the big cats.
Oh, yes.
yeah. Let's move away from Mr.
Sorry.
Henson, the underpant model.
And Thundercats.
And Thundercats. So basically what has happened is, it's in Cumbria, right? It was the sheep carcass was discovered by Sharon Larkin Snowden in an undisclosed upland location.
Right.
So basically what seems to be happening is these big cats, or whatever the big cat is on the high ground, is taking sheep, which are, you know, I mean, I don't know if you've done a lot of high hill walking in
Back
the
in
lakes,
day, yeah.
but it is fucking remote.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
of course because you got mountain passes, you don't really have to go down to the lowlands. You can stay up in this sort of secret locations among little copses of woods, among sort of like crags and caves and stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely.
But the people saying it's everyone's leaning back in towards it being a black panther.
Right.
Now it was black. I mean, I don't know why it has to be otherwise known. If it's a black panther, it's genuinely going to be a leopard.
Yeah.
Right, which is known as a melanistic leopard, which means it's black. That's the coloration. It's heavily colorized. Everyone seems so super keen it has to be a black cat, you know.
Well,
So
because we're in modern age and that. Or...
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's not gay. But it's like, well, I'm thinking as well, because the time it's hunting and it's basically a night predator. That's when it's out mostly. It's not out hunting in the
Do most
day.
of them panthers hunt at night?
Most leopards hunt mostly at night.
Yeah.
And you do.
A cheetah couldn't though, could it? 'Cause it'd bump into stuff running about. Running that fast. Into a tree.
Bump into a stone or a tree, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's it. But exactly, but that's a day predator.
Yeah.
Because it has to be, as you say, it's a sight predator.
Yeah, he likes to run about.
Yeah, but whereas like your leopard is a sight predator, but it's a stealth hunter. You know what I mean?
sneaky.
Yeah, it's sneaky. So that's what they think it's come from. This is why we're not seeing leopards about.
Yeah.
This is, you know.
You know, like how cats move about, they're well slinky, aren't they? So you can imagine it. Lake District's massive,
Yeah.
isn't it? Easily.
Well, some people are theorising now that it's actually a well-known. It actually is a known thing.
Yeah.
They reckon it's been known. I mean, obviously, they always go straight to the government and the same. But what they're claiming is that they're trying to protect the evidence of apex predators in the UK to avoid people being frightened of them.
Yeah.
They've been here obviously for years now. They reckon they've been
Yeah.
here 50 years or more.
Yeah.
But they're saying to stop this absolute ballyhoo of people going out almost like Jaws, you know,
Yeah,
going over
yeah.
the hills with guns and dynamite.
Yeah.
They just sort of said, look, let's just keep it on the low.
Especially in
now.
summer season, you don't really be shouting about that. And plus, they're never going to attack us. It's just going to be
No,
about
they're not
sheep and
interested.
rabbit
Yeah,
and
it's
shit
all
like
sheep.
that.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be sort of hunting stuff.
And it ain't like Bigfoot strolling around. It's a fucking cat, innit? You know what I mean? It ain't like really unbelievable or
No,
anything.
that's it. It's something that's real. I think the thing is the lack of evidence. You know, we've not found a carcass.
Yeah.
But it could be a case that if a carcass is found, it could be if there is a cover-up for it.
Yeah.
We could be sort of saying, oh, where's this carcass then? We'll get a specialist out.
Yeah.
So they basically got somebody.
Oh! Fucking hell.
Yeah. So what they might have like a team. A special team that comes and
like
yeah.
X-Files type of team.
Yeah, they just come and lift
Clean
the
up.
carcass, clean
Yeah,
up after
cleaners.
the panther. Yeah, so that's what they think. So we've said it before on the Cove for quite a while. We believe that there's big cats over the
definitely.
countryside. I think of any of this sort of like cryptid evidence that's going on, this is the sort of clearest one. But now it's been proved.
It's pretty
out
good,
there.
isn't it? Aliens is getting stronger every day. Big cats. This is
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
this is it. It's all. Well, you say that with aliens. Fucking, that's gone quiet, hasn't it?
Well, I heard they were nearly going to do it, then they said we can't because it's going to send the world fucking mental
What
overnight.
going to do what?
Well, everybody starts believing in God and stuff like that. And
Oh
stuff.
no, you mean the when you said they're going to do it? You know what you're referring to?
Oh, the disclosure. They weren't going
right,
to do it
yeah.
last year. They were like, yeah, let's do. And they were like, they had a bit of a think tank, and they're like, shit, no, the whole world will go bonkers overnight. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well, it's fucking bonkers anyway.
I know, but even more bonkers. I think
Yeah.
it should go even more bonkers to sort it out because we're just doing the same thing.
We
aren't
need
we,
to
really?
hit Pete bonkers, don't we?
Yeah, new bonkers. That's
New
what
bonkers.
Yeah,
That's what we need. A bit of new bonkers, arcade. Yeah.
sort it all out.
So new bonkers is what's going to sort it all out.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of in agreement with you that.
Oh, that's a Benny promise.
from that story. They said this is just something that I kind of linked onto it, right? And this was, I think it was from the Mirror or the Star. This one, so which they're a bit sketchy, those papers at times, but they are actually. But actually, they do sort of carry stories that other papers don't carry. So I thought, this is worth looking at, where there's a paranormal expert or experts say there may be a portal in an English forest letting in werewolves.
Oh, hey, that's good, isn't it?
That's a good one,
Ooh.
Right? Now, this is what we've said for quite a while, though, about these little sort of portals into the veil from the other side, whatever the other side may be, right? But the story is... He says, again, paranormal experts are saying, in this English forest, letting werewolves and beasts from another world in. Mm-hmm. Now, we've looked at this place, Cannock Chase in Staffordshire. We've looked at it before. You might not remember.
Yeah. No, I don't remember.
All right. It's a weird place. It's a spooky hotspot, right?
Wow.
With dozens of sightings of supernatural creatures of all kinds, right? And this is a place in England. It's the place of high weirdness.
So it's an old forest as well. I mean,
it's an old forest, but what the whole Cannock Chase area. We have covered it a bit before, but we'll look into it in more detail. I think we'll need to cover it a little bit more with this. It's something we've sort of skirted around a little bit. So this author, Lee Brickley, he's done research in the area for 2 decades, believes there could be a door to another universe letting them in, and fears something terrifying may enter our world soon. Yeah.
Well, like a bigger demigod or something, rather than just a werewolf.
Well, weirdly enough, he has said here, says he's talking about
Cthulhu
things and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
Because he says, Cannock Chase is known around the world as a place where people encounter entities such as werewolves, ghosts, phantom hitchhikers, and perhaps most famously, black-eyed kids.
Oh, all right.
Now, that's one of my favourite subjects, is black-eyed kids.
Good new one, aren't they? Good bursting onto the scene.
They've been new-ish, but they're from the 80s.
All right.
Yeah, they've been going for it since the 80s.
That's black-eyed peas, lad.
No. No. The black-eyed kids, I mean, the first case, thoroughly reported case of black-eyed kids, was from, I've heard a recording, straight from the horse's mouth, and it was a guy, and it was in the very early days of mobile phones. You kind of had to go into a shop and pay for your subscription. You didn't just sort of have it on standing order and all that sort of stuff. But you could go in and sort of just pay at weird times a day. And he pulled into a car park in America, ready to pay this mobile phone subscription, and he's there, he's sorting his shit out in the car. And there's a tap on the window, and he looks across and there's 2 kids there, and it's about 8 at night, it's a little bit dark, it's cold out, you think, what the fucking hell's 2 kids doing out at this time of day, So he sort of winds the window down a bit and sort of says, like, what is it, what do you want? And it's like a little, I think it's a girl and a boy, and the boy's a bit younger. If I remember rightly, this is just off the top of the head. And he asks them, sort of, what do you want? And they're going, hey, look, we're really cold. Will you let us into the car or something? And I think they were asking about a movie that's on. There to see a movie, but they haven't got some money. And he picks up a bad vibe off them, and he says, well, look, I've got things to do. I'm sorry, I can't help.
It's a lose-lose situation. And getting kids in your car at half 8
well,
at night.
That's it. Yeah, you are on the money. And I think he was thinking the same. So anyway, the kids get more aggressive. Like, so let us in the car. Gotta get in. We want to get in. You know what I mean? And these are like, they said, look, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? Then he saw their eyes, and the eyes were pitch black.
Whoa, like a doll's eyes.
Yeah, black like a doll's eyes. And he just got this overwhelming fear, absolute fear. And he says he would never feel like, he's a big guy, he would never feel that fear just seeing 2 kids kicking about.
He just knew they were wrong. And
he knew something was seriously wrong. And he basically just fucking punched the gas. He just sort of floored it out.
Punched the
kids, ran them over. Right, and he just fucking peeled out of there, you know what I mean? The kids were furious.
Ooh.
They're just like,
God, it's horrible, isn't it? Horrible, like those movies with horrible kids, children in the corner and all that. Like,
well, there's another case, again, we will cover these a little bit more, and I think we might have covered this one on Kraken Cove. where there was like a couple let two black-eyed kids into the house.
Yes, I think we have mentioned that.
Yeah, and it made them both really ill.
Yeah,
and the husband eventually died.
God, yeah.
From this weird energy. They think it's from this weird energy that was given off by these supernatural creatures, these black-eyed kids.
So going back to Forrest, and how does he know? Is he just spouting here? You know what I mean? Is he just saying, right, there's loads of weird shit going on, there's got to be a portal? Or what's the proof of the portal?
Well, I think he's come to the deduction that what is it that's actually letting all this weirdness happen in one area. I mean, this is one thing you have to be super careful of, and I'm really glad you mentioned that, because it's no evidence. There's no evidence of that. What you're seeing is an area of high weirdness. You're seeing strange stuff occurring. He's saying that the reports of the so-called black-eyed child haunting these creepy woodlands, and this was from the 80s there. They reckon the spine-tingling apparition is the spirit of a young girl murdered in the area in the 1960s. But they also think it might be a demon of some sort, you know.
Right.
But, yeah, well, the thing is, I don't know, because there is hauntings in the area, as in the scene, absolute evidence of hauntings. There's a very famous case in Cannock Chase of two police officers in the area had come to investigate reports from some security guards of awful things happening while there was the building of a big new road in the area. And the security guards were meant to be looking after the site. They saw kids, they saw weird things, they saw massive spectres, big demons. Police came into the area to sort of say, look, what's going on? They saw the same.
Wow.
So weird shit were going on. But these definite UFO sightings there. What they're saying is, why is everything fucking weird? It's like that is our Skinwalker Ranch, where everything weird is happening all at once, all at the same time, all in the same place.
Was there any ley lines or shit like that then?
Well, I don't know. You can look into Cannock Chase, something wrong. The issue I've got with Cannock Chase, and same as like Skinwalker Ranch, there's too much to actually put your thumb on. You can't sort of just say, oh well, this is what it's known for. It's known for fucking everything.
All of it.
So this is where this author here now, Lee Brickley, he's come to the conclusion, well, there's only one reason why everything weird can be happening all at once, and this is almost like a portal to another dimension of high weirdness. And all I can think is, what the fucking hell's on the other side?
I'm just thinking that. Would you stick your head through? You know what I mean?
I don't think you get your head back if you did.
Yeah, that's the problem, innit?
Yeah. So this is the thing. So you've got like dog men wandering about. You've got fucking all sorts of weird shit. Now this is one of the places. It's not actually that far away. It's a couple of hours drive. Is this from us? So this would be the perfect place for a Kraken Cove.
Only 2 hours away.
Yeah, it's only a couple of hours, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it's not very far away.
Well, I'd love a bit of an investigation.
Yeah, that's it. But again, I wouldn't know where to begin. I think it'd be an awful lot
off license. Then we get some snap, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
in
then,
van.
Yeah, then we just get a fucking asshole.
Just say all sorts.
And just wandering.
Yeah, just wandering.
Start a fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's the way to do this, actually. You know?
Burn them out.
Aside, is to actually literally get yourself in a proper overnight vigil in one spot rather than wander. You do a bit of a wander around in the evening, you know what I mean, but then what you need to find yourself a secluded spot, start a fire and see if anything occurs. But whether you're tempting fate a bit too much there, I don't know.
I think with a fire you're pretty good, aren't you? You know what I mean?
What if a werewolf gets you?
Yeah, you're fucking poking around fucking eye with it or something.
I don't know why you say that, but I have a feeling you actually would. I can imagine sort of like, just recording you having a right old fucking roll around with a werewolf.
Get me ass completely kicked but surviving. Like,
come on,
no teeth. I've got no teeth in my fucking head. Fucking wanker. It's paw claws. I'm fucking.
Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. But that's the thing. So I think this book, I'm trying to find out what the fucking book's called here, you know what I mean? He's not written it down, the useless twat. Oh, here we go. Lee was shocked by what he found researching his new book, Werewolves and Dogmen in the UK, bone-chilling tales of monsters and beasts lurking among us. It's hardly fucking concise, that, is it? It's half a book's entitled. You know, but
I wonder if that actually spells something.
but I think he's trying to put the willies up as a bit. Excuse the pun. You know, it's not pun, but he's like, excuse that. He says, I believe it is entirely possible something exceptionally big is coming. Now he doesn't seem happy with fucking UFOs, werewolves, and dogmen.
Yeah. Oh, is he thinking it's accelerating up as the portal's getting bigger and it's going to?
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine something. This great big black beast of horrors comes slithering out and cause fucking.
What's the point of publishing a book if it's all going to end? You know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you get a fucking be sharpish.
Yeah.
And so I don't think anything big. I think things are sort of slipping through by accident. You know what I mean, wandering through.
A good investigation, like you said. You know what I mean. That if it's there and it's really kind of regular, something's happening, it should be a big investigation.
Well, it should. But I think lots of people have done these investigations, not really come across anything weird. I think something's going to weird. It happens to you. You don't go find it.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a believer in that.
I think you're right there. When you go searching, you're never going to get it.
Yeah, it's always in the peripheries, and it's just going to. And it's by chance. You know, you might be in the wrong area at the wrong time, or the right area at the right time, depending what your fucking preference is. You know, but I mean, I think that's where things seem to be going with this.
Just going. I won't do the fucking gypsy fortune telling fucking phone call because it's a bit long. You know what I mean? But I'm saying in it like I'm a Benny, and part of my job is to investigate the paranormal, like blogging it out.
You're giving her loads of shit away there.
I don't know, but I said, will I ever see proof of a ghost? And she said, yeah, it's in your cards and in your date of birth. But she also said that I'm a lover man. I'm a proper lover man. That if we stay together with wife, I'll be planting it everywhere all his life. But if we split up, we both get really bad luck. But I'm like a proper lover man. I thought, well, that's a lot of shit, innit?
We're going to say that when you were a fucking white guy in Thailand, isn't it? You like to fuck lots, don't you? I do,
It's really fun.
Fucking hell, it was spooky.
It was.
I went on holiday in Thailand, a white guy, and she thought I liked to fuck.
Honestly, best psychic phone call I've ever had in my life. Real fun. It was ridiculous.
How did you pay for it?
I didn't. She paid for it. My wife did. There were about a 6-hour journey just to get to that.
So she was there, then she got the phone call.
All the sisters and that got in another fucking pickup truck, and they all drove 6 hours to go see a fucking psychic. They call it gypsy over there, like gypsy fortune teller.
Right.
She's nice.
Fair play.
It is. Yeah. Right.
Well, maybe she's peeking through the portal herself, and maybe she's from the other side.
She could be. Could be a fucking wolf dog.
Yeah. You never know. You didn't see her.
I didn't. I hear her growling though. You were like.
She wanted you. She wanted Mr. Loverman.
I might put all this shit together sometime. Do a Patreon or something like that. That's really bad, boring shit people can pay
like
for.
I said, tell you what you need to do is some really bad, boring shit that people can pay for. Wow, born salesman
I always think Patreons like that. I've never paid for a Patreon, but I always imagine you kind of get on and you think, oh, this is the worst bits.
You're paying for worst bits.
Yeah, look at these leftovers.
Yeah, that's it. You get to see all scraps in bin, don't you?
Yeah, that's it.
Pay £8 a month for scraps in bin.
I'll just do it for free.
Bugs.
I'm weary for the springtime, when we take the road once more, for the planting and the pearling, and the berry fields of Blair. We'll meet up with our kinfolk from all the world around, when the gang of bird folk take the road, and yellers on the broom. When yellers on the broom, when yellers on the broom, and I'll get you on the road again, when yellers on the broom.
Now, I found a weird little account online here. Now, I like these little accounts you find. I mean, I don't like Facebook.
Yes, right? I don't.
But what you do find is that people who use it are generally a bit older now. They're all in the sort of 50s and 60s and stuff and older. But they get on little groups and sort of sites and things, and they'll say, I'll tell you why I saw that all weird.
Yeah.
And quite often there's a lot of honesty in that.
Oh, you get a bit of a thread going, like.
Bit of a thread, you get to see, and you just sort of see, well, a little bit of a thread, but generally speaking, it's just somebody saying, I saw something weird. They'll go on like a Bigfoot research group and say, look, this is,
Yeah.
And what you see then is accounts of proper high strangeness.
Yeah. And again, people not looking for it, but just encountering it.
That's it. So this is the one I found on one of these forums or groups. So if it's about you, I'm very sorry, but it's a guy called Tom in a place called Woolton. So I'm not too sure where Woolton is.
Not clear.
Maybe shall we find out where Woolton is?
No, I'm not right.
Because if it's near Cannock Chase,
All
it'd be
right,
quite,
yeah.
quite entertaining, wouldn't
Yeah,
it? That's
true.
a little nosy. Fucking hell. I can't be that. Such dedicated fucking research with the Benny there. That fucking Columbo, you cunt.
I did a triple bill the other day. I could hardly get upstairs. Oh,
For fuck's sake. I nearly bought you a Columbo tea towel yesterday.
what the fuck? Why and where? I want to leave it as a mystery.
Leave it, isn't it?
Yeah, leave it because our imagination's got ace there. I love that.
Just one more thing to try.
I saw an apron. It said, "Well, just one more egg to fry."
All right. So Woolton is near Liverpool.
All
now,
right.
I think, if you remember rightly, one of our last little Beast Man Strange odd sighting things was near Liverpool as well. So it's like, you know, it's...
Can I ask a question about Liverpool, please?
give me a minute. Yeah, all right then.
Do they talk funny because there's loads of Irish there? Is it like some weird misshapen Irish language?
There's a bit of that going on.
Yeah, I thought so. I
Yeah.
did do start, kid.
Yeah, there is that going on. Oh, by the way, there's another little thing I wanted to tell you about.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to apply for an Irish passport.
Oh.
We can. Do you know me and you can apply for Irish passport?
How?
Our granddad were Irish.
And that's it?
Yes.
No way.
You've got to apply. There's a thing. There's a process. I'll do the process, and you can follow on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And now, stick with me with this, right?
Yeah.
I can apply for the Irish. We can apply for an Irish passport and have dual citizenship.
Whoa.
That gives us European. We're back in Europe as people.
Oh, wow.
Because we're back in Europe, our kids can travel freely in Europe.
Oh, my God, that's really good, Arcade.
Yeah.
And plus, I always thought, like, Nana were Irish and she wasn't. She was like a...
No, she only had to fuck Irishmen.
But why did she have an Irish accent, Arcade?
Didn't.
Oh, are you fucking sure? I remember her
She
talking...
was me nana.
Oh, no, but she was out on phone to me. Oh, Ben, they leave you alone again. So she was talking Irish to me. She used to ring me up on a Friday.
No, she never spoke Irish in her life. Are you sure it wasn't Grandad putting it on?
I remember it.
Well, you might, yeah, but come on, your
Oh,
memory's
saying
weird
that, it's all
anyway.
twisted like some horrible...
It's like a mad cartoon in crayon is your memories. It's like Charlie
None of
says,
it.
wah, 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 wah.
I just mean a dream, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kraken. So
Anyway,
yeah, let me know
but
that.
I think it is. I think the Irish, I think the Liverpool accent is a mix of lots of different. Because it's
Yeah.
such a strong accent.
Yeah.
There's a bit of Manchester, sort of like that kind of sort of thing going on. But it's such a unique, and it's also near Wales as well.
Yeah.
Near Wales, so there's a bit of this mix of different sort of, you know,
Sounding that
melting
awful
pot.
accent.
Yeah. Tell you what, I were in Liverpool recently, and the Liverpudlians, they have got a strong accent, but a lot of people there weren't talking in this absolutely thrown-on accent. It was really nice.
Oh, wow.
Really soft-spoken accent, beautiful. But then when I was out on the streets doing a few bits and bats, you know, I noticed, because I had to stay overnight,
Yeah.
I thought, shit, there's fucking tons of really sort of rough Eastern Europeans here.
Wow.
I mean, you had to fucking watch yourself.
Oh,
They were
shit,
like,
yeah.
shit, and you could just hear them going at each other, talking and that. Then I realised they were just Liverpudlians with such a strong accent.
Wow.
They sounded like they were from fucking Belarus or
Oh,
somewhere like
God.
that. There was such a strong guttural accent.
Yeah.
I thought, shit, I've
Goes
never,
rough fast, doesn't it?
could not understand a word they were saying.
me.
But when I was talking to everybody at the print fairs, they were all fine. So yeah.
Oh,
So here we are. We're off to Woolton, near Liverpool. I'm not going to
shit,
put the
yeah.
accent on.
Yes.
Right.
Hey!
Calm down. A woman named Leanne and her 11-year-old daughter Beth were minding the house of a couple who were on holiday in Spain. The house was on Holly Tree Road in Woolton, and on this Sunday afternoon around 2 p.m. in August 2003, Beth was playing in the garden with a frisbee while her mum was making them sandwiches when something strange took place. The frisbee went into a hydrangea bush, and when Beth went to get it, she froze in shock. At first she thought she was looking at a type of Action Man doll in an orange one-piece suit in the bush, standing up, but the head turned to look at her, and she screamed. and the little figure reacted by putting its gloved hands to its ears as if the girl's scream had deafened it.
Wow.
Beth ran into the house and into the kitchen and almost knocked a plate of sandwiches out of her mum's hands, and the girl hysterically told Leanne, "There's a little man in the bush!" What? Leanne thought, and she was... Leanne thought she was joking at first, but then she saw her daughter looked afraid. She put the plate down and went with Beth to the bush, and they both peeped in.
Oh, shit.
Leanne saw that her daughter was right. There was a man about 10 inches in height gazing up at her, and as Leanne said, "Oh my God," the man turned away and started to walk out of the bush towards a fence, away from the mother and daughter. Beth asked, "Shall we get a net or a bucket?"
Oh,
What
yes.
are you thinking of Beth? I like her style. And the mother grabbed the girl's hand and dragged her back to the house. And Beth said, "But Mum, my frisbee!" And she said, "Never mind that." And she almost threw the girl into the kitchen and locked the door. Now, I think this is a bit of an extreme reaction. But I think she must have had her mind absolutely boggled. If I'd seen a weird little man in the bush, I'd have been after that man. You know. Leanne usually minded the house until 3 p.m, then went home to help her husband with a roast dinner. But she took Beth home immediately. When Leanne told her husband what she'd seen, he said, very supportively, I thought, "What, are you on drugs?" A little man. And Beth backed up her story, and still her father didn't believe them, right? So both of them sort of were giving it, Leanne and Beth were going, "Look, we did see a little man."
Jesus.
So each day around 1 p.m, Leanne would make a flying visit to the house on Holly Tree Road for a quarter of an hour or so. And sometimes she'd go back around 10 and switch the lights on and leave a radio on. Just give it a lived-in look. But she lived in mortal fear of seeing the little man in orange again, which she never did. And when John and Jan, the couple who lived in the house, returned from Spain, Leanne said to them, "Do you know you have something weird living in your garden?" And straight away, Jan said, "It's not a leprechaun in an orange suit, by any chance."
Oh, shit!
Yes! And Leanne was speechless, and she said, You know it then?" And Jan nodded with a smirk. "Yeah, we've seen him a few times now." And but John interposed and says, No, let's get it right. You've seen him. Right. But Jan said that he's in denial. And tilting her head sideways at a ruffled husband, who's obviously a bit like, "Oh, shit," you know. He saw him and he's scared what people will say.
Yeah.
So he's saying, "You've seen him as well, don't deny it." And he kept saying, "Oh, it was probably a fox, that's what I saw." Right, totally. But this is very interesting, this, I find. If he's already making little excuses,
Exactly.
covering up and trying to hide what he's done.
Yeah.
And this is what ordinary people do. They're not accepting what they're seeing, you know. But Jan said, "Oh yeah, fox in an orange suit then, yeah." But then she turned to Leanne and said, "What did you see?" And she said, "Last Sunday it was. Beth was going to get a frisbee out of a bush when she saw him, and she came screaming to tell me, and I thought she was messing about. But we both saw him, and then he ran from the bush towards the fence, and we legged it back indoors. And he was about that big," indicating about 10 inches.
Yeah.
And John gave a false laugh and announced, "Oh, I'm having a drink. My head's spinning around with all this leprechaun stuff. And does anyone want a drink?" You know. And to Jan, Leanne said, "I don't think he's a leprechaun. I think he's something from another planet. The suit looked like a little space suit."
Wow.
Right. Now, both Leanne and Beth stand by their strange testimony, and I've told them that many years ago were stories of little people being seen on Holly Tree Road. This history of this sort of thing, you know what I mean? But nobody really knows what these diminutive sort of like people are.
Yeah.
Now, Holly Tree as well, I mean, it could be just a general sort of indication for sort of like what any generic road name. But Holly Trees, that kind of thing of like to indicate it's been a wooded area at some point. And these are ancient, almost mystical and magical trees in their own right. That's why Holly and the ivy have got these sort of things. It's, you know, something going on.
Oh, that's creepy though, isn't it? And you're just strolling about and that though, and you're not.
Well, I don't know. You see, now I want to go back. You say creepy. It kind of is creepy, but it's only creepy because it's such a weird sighting. But here's this little guy going about his business and doing what he does, and then the girl scream. I mean, put it the other way around, right? You're hiding on a little planet. You're trying to go about your business. Bushes get up and a massive flying saucer lands in the bush, right? A big frisbee. right?
Yeah.
He looks up, bushes part, little girl stares down and does an absolute power energy stream in your face. He's the one who's frightened.
Absolutely.
He's holding his ears going, fucking Nora, love, don't do that.
And everything's frightening. It's like Land of Giants, isn't it? When you used to see a bee, you're like, fucking hell.
This is
Proper,
it. So he's in a sort of like, he's in a bit of a pickle, is this lad. He's not causing any trouble.
Yeah.
He's not kicking
like,
off.
he didn't pick up a cocktail stick and have a go or
No, he didn't, did he? No, that's like, or take a little ray gun and zap her.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't. He thought, I'm off to the fence.
It's weird. The orange suit makes it look like Crash UFO, doesn't it? But with the history of it there, unless he's really old, you know what I mean? You think, God, that's weird.
Well, do you know what? I've had a little think now, just straight off the top. If I can find Holly Tree Road in this town, next time I'm doing a print fair in Liverpool, it'd be quite interesting just to go along with a voice recorder and so just do a little, knock on doors.
Yeah.
Get myself a lanyard, mate.
Yeah. I'm going.
Yeah.
I've got 2 Kraken
What
code.
do you use your for?
No, well, just in case we do some field reporting. I was trying to make some fake IDs, but I failed at that one. But I'm still working on it.
That's pretty sinister, you know that, don't you? Yeah.
But I'm going to have the IDs, like one side of it, both same sides, but the picture's really different on either side, just depending on his mood. You know, one like
with a tash and one
well, there's that one old photo of you, like you look like a bandito. I'm going to use that one, then I'm just going to make a really goofy one of myself. But on the other side, a straight one, just in case
just
we need
in case,
to get him.
That's fair enough, is that? Yeah. So that's. But if you're anywhere in the country, you've seen this is to listeners of Kraken Cove podcast. If you've seen a little man like that, I don't want you to turn around and say, "Yeah, I've seen a little guy down at shops who we all laughed at him, but turns out we're disabled." No, don't want any of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Leave the genuine little people alone like that. But if you've seen this kind of thing, like a little action
or heard
man
of someone who has,
that's it. Look, please send your stories to krakencovepodcast@gmail.com and contact us on all the socials. Just look up Kraken Cove Podcast. You'll find us because this is something. Yeah, I think there's a lot.
He's digging into.
Well, it's like John who's in this story. There, he's in absolute denial, isn't he? He says, "Oh, I've not seen no, mate."
Can you blame him though? It's an hard one.
Yes.
No, but if something happens, would you be straight hand up? I saw an alien, and you.
See, I would.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
I don't know. I'd have to see what happened.
Well, I'm in a different world now. You see.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be if you worked at a factory. When I worked at a factory, I can remember once I told people like the lad I went to school with his mum used to go out with Sting.
Oh,
right?
Wow! Yeah,
from the police. Lead singer of the police, right? And we'd said to him, "Fuck off," right?
Yeah.
And we brought a photo in the next day of his mum with Sting in back garden.
Wow.
He used to live up in Newcastle area, right? And she goes, "Oh yeah, this is before they got famous. You know, he had long hair at the time." And I thought, "Fucking hell, it's Sting."
Wow.
You know, but it's not impossible.
Yeah,
Sting had to go out
exactly.
with people, but. They took piss out of me for literally years,
right.
just because I said a lad I went to school with, his mum went out with Sting. It's not an outlandish claim.
Not bad, is it?
You're not saying he had the gift of flight.
Yeah.
He just went out with fucking Sting.
You were like, you saw Sting fucking Bigfoot or something.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I
I
mean?
think
It's
the
like,
mainstream people, generally speaking, in the mainstream, they are not open to any kind of thing like this.
Yeah.
But the reality is now, I'm a very free agent now.
That's the point. What am I got to be shy about? I'm going to like ruin my career or you know, a bit of ridicule.
Yeah, you're going to leave your job humping compost and
actually, I'll come clean.
Yeah, come clean. Just embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I think all of us should a little bit because this is the code of silence that's ruined the whole fucking scene.
Yeah.
Is that we're not accepting that we're seeing strange things.
That's cool. So I've got mine in my cards and in my date of birth. Is definitely going to happen according to Telephone Gypsy fortune teller.
Yeah.
So I've just got to wait out and be honest, our kid.
There we go. Problem solved. I've got a little bit of an incident here, our kid.
Oh,
this has
right.
got the Eastern Daily Press.
All right.
So we're going to Norfolk.
Oh, I thought you meant the East, where I've just
No, the only East that's safe. Norfolk.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to a town, a place. Let's have a look. It's a place called Diss in Norfolk, right? I don't exactly know where Diss is, but it's in Norfolk, so that's the area we're talking about. East Anglia kind of area, you know. And a guy has been taking a shit outside a camping and outdoor shop, right?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, that's what something you do when you go camping and outdoors.
Yeah, you take a shit outdoors. Yeah, that's exactly
And he
it.
just got mixed up and did it outside the shop.
So this guy, right, this is a...
Taking a shit.
Apparently, what's happening? What I like best is this company, this camping and outdoor shop is called Little Movers.
Oh, well, that's an odd name.
Yeah. So they checked the company's motion-triggered camera system after finding what they found on the doorstep, right? And they showed this guy taking a dump, right?
On the doorstep?
On the doorstep.
Wow.
Right? Because for future reference, they've put out to this, we have you on camera in all your glory. We await for your letter of apology.
Whoa.
For future reference, we stock plenty of loo rolls, toilets, and even a toilet tent where you can do your business without CCTV coverage. You just have to wait until we open at 9 a.m. Harry Eves, the Station Road store manager, said, if he sees the post, we just hope he thinks twice before doing it again.
Oh,
so rather than actually saying, hope he doesn't do it again, he's saying, I hope he thinks twice before doing it again.
They've gone the offensive.
Now, the incident happened early on Thursday morning last week, and Mr. Eves speculates the man could have been an early morning train passenger, right? The shop is near this station, and the man was spotted on CCTV shortly after the first train from Norwich arrived at 5.
Oh, he's done his homework.
But this is the weird part of the story. The guy took 40 minutes to do his shit.
Wow, full paper out there. 40 minutes?
40 minutes!
Man!
So he says the chap arrived, so he arrived he arrived at about sort of like 20 to 6 and left at 20 past 6. Now this guy was dedicated. It wasn't like he was caught short.
Yeah.
He was not caught short. He was thinking, I need a dump here. It's like he may as well brewed up a pot of tea and open paper.
Oh, had a fag and everything. Did he lean up? Did he do the old like lean up against the door and then bend your knees?
Well, the
down?
footage I saw of it, it's not. It wasn't. It was stills from the CCTV, and where he's looking down onto the doorway a bit, and you can sort of see this guy's gone into the doorway, squatted.
Ooh.
And there he
40 minutes? That is bizarre, isn't it? I like a long dump. I'll put my hand up, you know what I mean?
But he could have waited until he got home there. He had 40 minutes to take it. Unless it was an absolute fucking length of cable.
Yeah, and he'll proper hurt him, you know, and he couldn't get it all out, and he'll really like... oh, that's strange, isn't it?
And as well, if you're doing a phantom crapping situation, you're in and out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're in, you're out.
Outside at building, you think this is, this isn't going to go well.
Just go around back.
Yeah, just go around back. Why do it right up front?
And even 40 minutes, if you've been there 10 minutes, say,
yeah,
and you think it's not coming, this.
Yeah. And your knacker's flapping. You're really vulnerable, aren't you?
Really vulnerable.
And there's someone walking by, so it's a shop, so it must be like not too secluded.
Yeah. So he's out front of this shop, squatting down, taking a good old dump for 40 minutes.
So he ain't doing all like jerking off and pulling, just something really awful.
He's just squatting there, even
40 minutes. He's leg power. You know what I mean?
They might have been checking literally like a shiny dog.
I go around like bodybuilders. I'd start my investigation. They're at the gym. You know what I mean? Who's got the thickest thighs? Come on.
Yeah.
Where were you?
I think that you might be onto something here. You know, look at the true investigator coming out.
A 40-minute squat.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know whether he got up and stretched his legs out a bit or something.
Yeah.
It eased some cramp. Ooh. But, either way. And I don't know whether he did it early and just kept down there and did a bit more later. Or whether he just had to sit there until after 40 minutes, on minute sort of 37. He thought, it's coming now. Either way, you're thinking, fucking hell.
Outside the shop?
Outside the shop.
Any wipe kind of information?
I didn't get any wipage information on this. I don't think... it doesn't say there's a little pile of tissues left behind or anything. I think he just waited for it to slide out. I mean, you never know, it might have scored an ace.
Scored an ace?
Because like a real hard diamond turn. They come out, that sort of submarine leaves the harbour, doesn't it? Without any trace. Because, but if it's a big slopper, it'd come out in the first few minutes.
Well, I'll tell you what's nice, I mean proper poos again. Thai poo. When you're in Thailand, the shit that's coming out of you is grim, man. It's really grim.
What do you mean?
Well, it's all loose and it's just funny food. You haven't got used to it, and it's like, it's Really bad shit.
Spattering.
Yeah, I got on one of them fancy toilets, so I sent you a
Oh,
picture
I
of it.
saw that, yeah.
You know, one of them that's like, it's electronic and you do your business, warm seat, so you sit down, warm seat.
I don't like a warm seat.
Oh, I fucking love it.
It just feels like somebody else has already been there. You
But I
can
like
go-
it sometimes. I wait for kids. Have you been? You just got straight on.
You dirty bastard.
Yeah, so you're on, warm seat, lovely, do your business, and a big control panel. And I was testing it all out and that, and they were like, you know, first one just do a normal wash, you know what I mean? And there's you can't really see it, because, you know, if you're watching it, it'll shoot right to the ceiling, so you've just got to trust it. Finds your bum hole every time, there's this little rod comes out, squirts water straight on your butt, you know what I
There's
mean?
a camera. I reckon there's a guy with a little joystick.
Remote control, yes, there's a hotel receptionist, something just controlling them all these bum holes, muddy bum holes. There were an enema button.
What?
Exactly.
No.
Tried it. He didn't.
What?
Didn't quite penetrate me. You know what I mean?
How many arseholes has that been? Did an item touch you?
No. Fucking jet of water. touched me.
I just imagine this slim plastic dildo
Oh,
going up there.
oh God! I never thought of that. I just trusted that it was going to be a strong jet of water.
That's what it was, a jet of water.
Yeah,
What,
really strong. You know what I mean? Like thumb on tap, thumb on hose pipe.
Really?
Yeah, it were
I
abrasive.
wouldn't go for the enema because you'd be losing it out your arse as you're going around.
Yeah. Well, I were all right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Fuck me.
I'd change tomorrow. If someone said I could have one,
Yeah.
I'd be
you
all
can
over
just
it.
get one. You can buy these.
I thought about going into business about it. You know what I mean? Like no,
Here we go.
no more toilet roll.
Right.
You never buy toilet roll again. You just one toilet, rest of your natural, boom. You never buy toilet roll again. Imagine how much you're going to save. This toilet is only so, and overall you'd be spending this on toilet roll.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's true.
You had a dryer. Dried your butt.
But what? I mean, but then we're looking on the other side of water usage and power usage for this.
I don't think it's that much.
This sounds like an advert for Valley Heat.
I was seriously thinking about it. I could make $1 million here. This could be my time.
What you need to do is look at where the toilets come from.
Yeah.
Look at how much the toilets cost and how much you can mark them up for.
Exactly.
I mean-
because I looked in,
Have you ever plumbed in a toilet?
I've took a toilet off and put one back on again.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
This can't be any different.
I was going to say, it wasn't that fucking hard, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
alright.
Apart from wiring,
Yeah,
there's electrics.
yeah, and plumbing, you
You
know.
wouldn't want to get electrocuted on a carsey, would you?
You know, I think
Can you imagine electric current going up that water jet in your arsehole?
Oh, wow.
That's not going to be good.
I think you get superpower after that.
Do you think so?
X-ray brown eye.
Enema.
I remember X-ray brown eye, but see through walls with it.
Yeah.
You have to drop your pants.
It's like a camera as well. You can take photograph secrets with it and stuff like this. Your anus. Benny's magic anus. Fuck me. But no, I mean, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what this guy had. He's a superpowered arsehole. He's
Yeah.
actually sort of trying to read the secrets.
He
of
could be. Could be trying to break in.
He's
Yeah.
there in Little Movers. The Little Movers, he's doing a fucking big movement. That's all I can think. Though,
I like
you know
how
what I mean?
dedicated they were to it and how
Yeah.
insulted they were.
Well, the thing is, though, I mean, obviously we found Norfolk is a place of high strangeness,
Yes.
for, because Orlando operates from the
Yeah, yeah.
Norfolk area, one of our favourite non-sushi creators. But we're going to watch this post. I'm going to keep up on it. If anybody knows anything more about the disc dumper, as it's been called, right?
The disc dumper.
The disc, it's the area called.
Oh, right, yeah,
It's
the
called
disc.
the disc dumper. So outside the Little Movers Camping and Outdoor Shop.
Get in touch.
Get in touch. Let
Yeah.
us know. Keep us posted on
Yeah.
Norfolkians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finger on the pulse.
Or on the valve.
Yeah, on the vein. The anal vein.
Oh, that's made me. That's horrible. That's horrible. An anal vein. A fucking anal vein.
So I said it
How
years
do you
ago.
touch it?
Oh,
Where?
with one of them toilets.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I can imagine he's cutting it.
Whoa! My walking hell.
Well, I worked with a guy who had fucking burnt piles. I remember me saying about his piles burst so badly, he suffered so much blood loss
Oh God.
that he fucking had to be put on a fucking pacemaker.
Oh my God, that's so fucking
Oh,
that
can you
is
be that mad letting
terrifying.
that go?
Oh my God, that's terrifying. I hate that.
It's horrible.
No.
Horrible business. Horrible business. We don't want to hear anything about piles or anal veins. All we want to know is news about the disc dumper.
Yeah, maybe you do need to talk about your spooky hunt on Instagram.
Yeah, send in the shit about fucking the anal veins and cutting an anal vein.
Yeah.
I'm nearly bleeding.
Well, it's part of my business idea, isn't it? So more
you need to know that. And if you do want one of these toilets, let Benny know.
Yeah, get in touch. I'll wire it all up for you. Never use toilet roll again.
Kid,
is it that time?
It's that time. Well,
I don't mind because I think I need to get in bath. I'm missing that fucking pit a bit.
Yeah, you need to wash off a little bit of that scummy water and all that. You're missing the pit.
Yeah, I don't know the buoyancy. I feel funny on dry land.
Floating around now. You've been in there for a good while. Yeah, that's a good thing, you know. But it's nice to have you back at the old Cove.
It's lovely to be back, Arcade.
You know, because we have missed you. You know, I'm sure the listeners have missed having some regular episodes. I thought about trying to get a few little bits and bats out myself, but you know, I've been had my own little troubles and woes.
Exactly. It's not easy, is it?
No, it's not easy, Arcade. You know, but we always like to leave on a bit of a gentler note, don't we?
Yeah, we have a history of that.
That's it. So we're going to leave on a little bit of poetry.
Oh,
a little bit of poetry, right? Now, I don't know if you've heard of a poet, right, called Walt Whitman.
Nope.
Right, and he's roughly around America's most famous poet. 1819 to 1892 was his sort of lifespan, you know what I mean? And he lived through an extremely interesting part of American history.
Wow.
And they do say, like, with all the greatest poets in the world, Walt Whitman is up there for him. He's up there as being the great contribution of not modern American poetry, but of that era. You know, he was the poet of the Americas, sort of thing, you know. And of course, he went through the Civil War, American Civil War, and all this sort of stuff. You know what I mean?
Serious times.
Serious times. You know what I mean? It sounded like it was an essayist. He wrote. He wrote a lot about like the nature and the way. Of course, there's like the logging going on, the people going, traveling west. There was a lot of big change in American time, and he almost like became like the guy who was cataloguing this. You know what I mean? And it's a really interesting sort of all chronicling this. Sort of thing, you know? And his most famous poetry collection was 1855's collection called Leaves of Grass. And it was a weird thing at the time. People thought it was described as obscene or even overtly sexual. Ooh. You know what I mean? And there were sort of like almost homosexual undertones in some of the writings and things. But he was a wilderness man. He was a wild man out in the woods and stuff. Yeah, he was all that kind of stuff.
Wild man poet.
He wrote. Yeah, wild man poet. That's the thing. And this is so. I mean, Whitman was born in Huntington on Long Island, right, and lived in Brooklyn as a child. At the age of 11, he left formal schooling to go to work. He worked as a journalist, a teacher, and a government clerk. But then his major poetry collection of Leaves of Grass was first published, you know.
See that one, do your tits hang low? Can
you hide them in a boat. One of his here, though, is it's all about milk, lemonade. Round the corner, chocolate's made.
I believe you in a second.
Let's get it off that fucking
Drool? Look at me drool.
Oh, fucking hell. So, but I don't know how much we'll sort of can associate with Walt Whitman.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, fucking hell. But his influence as a poet is really, really strong. You know, and the worst thing is now I have to read out some of his poetry, which is just going to be fun.
I thought it was going to be really mucky, though, when you're building it up.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And this is the thing I love about it, and I think his main I can't remember the name of the title of a lot of these poems, but there's like it's about himself and things like this. And it's just, one of the things was, a child said, "What is the grass?" fetching it to me with full hands. How could I answer the child? I do not know what it is any more than he. I guess it must be the flag of my disposition, out of hopeful green stuff out out of hopeful green stuff woven. Or I guess it's a handkerchief of the Lord, a scented gift, and a remembrancer designedly dropped, bearing the owner's name some way in the corners that may be seen and remark and say, whose? Or I guess the grass is itself a child, the produced babe of the vegetation. So it goes on these things, these contemplations of wilderness and wildness and life and things like this, you know what I mean? But what was wonderful is even during his lifetime, he became recognised as a great man. It wasn't just this case of like after his death, people start to realise. No, he was recognised in his lifetime. I'm very glad about that.
That's good.
During the American Civil War, he went to Washington, D.C. and he worked in hospitals caring for the wounded.
Wow.
Yeah, and so his poetry is often focused on loss and healing. So what he must have what he must have actually seen in those times, because it was one of the worst wars in history.
It's fucking brutal.
Yeah, absolutely brutal, yeah. I mean, he greatly admired Abraham Lincoln. And on his assassination, he wrote 2 poems, which is "Oh Captain, My Captain" and "When Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed." And he gave a series of lectures on Lincoln, right?
Yeah.
And he did suffer a stroke towards the end of his life, and he moved to Camden, New Jersey, where his health further declined, and that's where he died at the age of 72, and his funeral was a big public event.
Wow.
But one of the things that was happening at the time was a thing called phrenology, which we've talked about before, which is it's a debunked science now, where you'd feel the nodules on people's heads and things like that, and you could, and even now you're looking like Arthur Conan Doyle's writings, and he talks like his Professor Edward Challenger books. He always talks about this guy, his great head.
Yeah, he's massive.
And so they obviously decided, sort of like there was a great brain inside. And this was the thing that was going on at the time. People were wondering what is in this wonderful head of the greatest poet, American poet who has ever lived, of Walt Whitman. So what they decided then, and he was in agreement with this as well, was at his death, he said, yes, I do want you to take
It's like
my brain.
Einstein, isn't it? Because he had a right little brain.
Yeah, well, this is what they kind of wondered. This is bamboozlement and bafflement. There was a place called it was a society called the American Anthropometric Society, and these were people who believed in phrenology and studying the brain, and by studying the brain you could actually study the great intellect that it once held, sort of thing.
Wow.
And he said that you could take my brain and add it to what is known as the American Anthropometric Society's Brain Club. And this was almost like the man with 2 brains. It was like these jars with brains, with the greatest brains of the greatest men who've ever lived.
Wow.
So when he died, although everybody was really sad, Henry Ware Cattell, who was a prominent pathologist and medical editor, he was given permission to sort of take this brain and study it, and it was to great fanfare and great amazement. Look, we can't wait to find out. Although everyone was sad, saying, look, we're scientists as well. And for a creative and an artist like Walt Whitman, it was a great crossover, because it wasn't, imagine there, you're thinking science, you wouldn't embrace it if you're a great wilderness person. But no, he did, and he was very much for this sort of study.
It fucking samey though, out the brains. You don't know
what we think they are, but there's
open it up, there's just spaghetti there.
Yeah, that's it. So anyway, they did open his head up, and they removed Walt Whitman's brain, and with great sort of like reverence, they prepared to study the brain of the greatest poet in American history. And then they dropped it. They dropped.
Did a full Igor.
Old Butterfingers dropped Walt Whitman's brain and completely destroyed it.
I mean, it's really delicate, aren't they?
Delicate brain. Yeah, it's like a mushy putty sort of thing. So they don't know whether they dropped it in the glass jar or whether it was just in carefully gloved hands. They fucked it. Yeah, as you quite rightly say, they fucked it. This incident anguished Cattell so much it haunted the rest of his
Oh my
life.
God.
He could not get over what he had done.
Was it him who dropped it?
They think so. It was on his watch. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way. It was on his watch.
Oh, God.
You know, but it did driving them to sort of like change his direction a little bit and less scientific study, more right as a writer.
Yeah.
I think basically, I don't think he could really handle another brain again.
Oh,
it was that
God.
sort of thing where it's the worst case scenario, isn't it? If you're thinking to yourself, if you're handling
And he's
something of great importance and delicacy,
the most important one that you've had.
yeah, this is it. This is your moment. This is
Yeah,
your
yeah.
thing in the time of the spotlight. We've got Walt Whitman's brain here, and then you just splutch.
What do you do? Just like scoop it back in jar and throw it to the dog or something? What do you do?
I think what you do, you scoop it back in the jar, and then you stand and look at it for a bit and think, well, this is fucked. Yeah, there's
Throw
nothing
it all
you can do.
against
Yeah.
the wall.
Well, I think you'd probably save it for a bit, throw it against the wall. Well, you'd have to ask people then, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Look, we've had a bit of a problem.
Oh, God.
But there's no one to ask. There's no one to talk to. You just have to declare, we have completely fucked this up in the worst way possible. We have dropped Walt Whitman's brain. It is now a mess on the floor. What should we do with this? And I think the bottom line is, they just had to scoop it up eventually and look at it for a bit, scratch their heads. There might be all broken glass in it and shit everywhere and stuff.
What kind of study are you going to do by looking at a fucking brain? Or...
Well, it was measurements, weights, density, seeing where the different parts of the lobes, whether more greatly or less advanced than other parts of the brain. There's also these little parts of like the brain ganglia and amygdala and all this sort of shit. You know, these parts they wanted to see and study whether some parts were more or less or greatly formed than others.
so you had fucked it then.
Yeah, and they fucked it. They completely fucked it. Dropped the greatest brain in history. You know, but in a weird way, I'm kind of glad because to do that, to try and study, is like to try and capture a butterfly in a jar. Sometimes it isn't the things you need to study. Isn't this pile of mush there? What you need to study is study the words, study the man, study his legacy, see what it was. Everything you need to know about Walt Whitman has been left, and I think it's a purely scientific sort of like interest. Is to say, we need to study the brain that made this. No, fuck it. Doesn't matter what. You don't turn it into a physical thing. This is something that's like, say it like it's smoke on the wind. Enjoy it for what it is. Just relish in it. Don't analyse it. Just let it be. These wonderful words, you know what I mean?
Well, they're wonderful words to ask you.
Thank you very much, Andy. Milk, lemonade. Round the corner, chocolate's made.
And with those wide words,
it is the end of Kraken Cove. Thank you very much for listening, people. Hopefully we're going to have a few more regular episodes coming up.
I hope
now
so,
the Benny's back, we've got him back,
yes.
and hopefully those nasty people won't come back for their gambling winnings and stuff like that.
No, I'm fully in debt to their stay. And
are you ever going back to Thailand?
Yeah, I'm an absolute fucking weirdo. I've had great times there. It's only the last 2 times I've had awful times, you know what I mean?
Fucking lunatic. You need a fucking beach holiday in Mallorca, kid.
I don't want to, no, not leaving. I just want fire on, watch Columbo, that's it.
Right, that's fair enough as that. So while Benny's doing that, I'll wish you it's a very big bye-bye from Matt.
And it's a bigger bye-bye from Benny. And take care out there, guys.
There are 3 ways you may contact Kraken Cove. Either by email at krakencovepodcast@gmail.com, on Twitter at Kraken Cove, or Instagram